Listen, selling one home is already a process. So imagine selling 2 homes while having to purchase another home in a completely different state with 3 kids in tow. Next level. In this video, we talk about how I was able to pull off one of the most complex real estate deals I've ever done with perfect timing. My name is Deontay Lawrence, your real estate go-to here in the most magical place on the planet, Orlando, Florida, and I've helped 100+ families buy and sell homes in Central Florida by simply putting a plan in place specific to them to make the process as smooth as possible. When time, kids, and multiple transactions are all in the mix, there's only one way you can make something successful, and that's the plan. So here's how we were able to circumnavigate all these different variables to make sure we were able to sell 2 homes in one state and buy another one for this family. Listen, if you're looking to sell your home here because you have to buy a home cross state, or you're helping navigate some family members to do the same thing, download my free seller's guide in the description below. It puts together an amazing framework for you guys to get rid of that anxiety and have a step-by-step plan on how to do so. So if you guys have been watching a few of these videos, you might hear something familiar. This family was referred to me by, believe it or not, another realtor, right? So you guys have been seeing like, dang, Deontay gets a lot of referrals from other realtors, and it's because us realtors are very picky in regard to who we refer our people, especially if they're out of state. So this family, so sweet, was referred to me by another realtor, like I said, because the wife got a promotion in Virginia. So at first you're thinking, okay, this is cool, no problem, I can do this in my sleep, until I get to the home and hear the full story. So not only did she get a job in Virginia, which was super exciting, but she needed to sell her home as well as her mom's home because her mom was going to move in with them and help with the purchase of their home. So it went from 0 to 100 real quick. Okay, so I needed to sell 2 homes at the same time while finding another home in Virginia. And then on top of that, they had 3 kids, right? So where that comes into play is, my people who have multiple kids, you can understand the house can get a little messy. You know, people have different schedules, so it becomes a little bit more difficult to show. So the plan that we put in place was extremely important. And this is why I love working with families, because families, as soon as we get on board, we're able to work as a team, and they're very intent on following the game plan, which is paramount in success. So for this particular situation, what we had to do was get a pre-listing inspection so we can see what was wrong with the house and repair what needed to be done, because when we went on the market, we didn't have any time for any potential snags to come into play that would hold up the closing process. So when the inspection report came back for the wife's home, what we had to do was replace the hot water heater for sure, the garage door opener, and the AC did need to be repaired. However, what we agreed to do is to offer a credit to the end buyer. So we were offering $10,000 to them so they can buy a new AC once they close. In addition to that, we messed with the pricing a little bit. So we strategically priced it, once again, slightly below. And the reason why you're gonna strategically price below, you attract more buyers, and with more buyers, you create a competition, and you're ultimately able to sell it for even above market price. So for the wife's family, it was perfect. Now, we went to the mom. Her strategy was pretty similar. We had the pre-inspection report. For hers, we had to replace some electrical panels because we wanted to get that done, because once again, as soon as we went on market, we didn't want any barriers from the buyer once we're under contract. We want to be that as smooth as possible. And having a pre-listing inspection allows you to do that. So we did that. She was super clean. So we didn't have to worry about much of the condition or any type of staging of the home. So that was perfect. Now, the second hurdle we had to get over is we had to make sure the showings were very condensed. So what I mean by condensed showings is we pushed all the buyers and buyers agents to open houses on Saturday and Sunday. With 3 kids, it was very, very difficult to get showings during the week. So we had this big open house, you know, to attract as many buyers for the family, so we can ultimately put it on the market and get some quality buyers. Okay, same with the mother's home. So the mother's home actually went under contract first before our client, so that one went under contract in about 5 days. So my other clients with the 3 kids, they went under contract in about 12 days. So they were a little bit anxious at the same time, but we were able to get it done. Now, while all this is going on, we strategically had an agent in Virginia who was handling the buying side. So we were communicating back and forth to make sure everything lined up. Hey, we're finished with our pre-listing inspection. Hey, we're going on the market. And hey, we're going to schedule, you know, this week for the family to come up and have some very focused showings for properties that they want to buy up there. And because of that communication between us, they were able to find a home that they loved up there in Virginia to buy as well. So yes, we went under contract with not only the wife's house and the family's house, but the mom's house, all in the same timetable, and still found a home for them to buy in Virginia, guys. Literally, we closed all of these together within 3 days. Within 3 days. So by the time the 2 homes sold, they were able to travel up to Virginia and move into their new home that closed 3 days after. And the main reason why is because of the plan that we put it together in the teamwork, okay? And I want you to keep in mind, because of all the pre-work that we did when we were under contract, there was very little back and forth between the buyer and the seller in regards to negotiations, because so much transparency up front. And I always encourage people to do that when selling their home, because it makes, once you're under contract, as streamlined as possible, and you don't have to worry about the contract falling out. Listen, guys, if your family is looking to sell their home because they have to move across state lines, or both your parents and you need to sell your home, download my free seller guide in the description below. It'll put together a great framework for you to understand how to do that, okay? And if you're curious on how we were able to help another family not only sell their home, but buy a new home at the same time, despite it all almost falling apart 5 days before closing, you're gonna wanna check out this next video. You'll learn there's a lot that goes into making sure you get stuff like this done.